Howdy guys, welcome back to Albert Engel's Pro Career and Pro Cycling Manager 2024. Well, it's been a successful start to our career at Bora Grove, hasn't it? It's definitely kicked off about what we anticipated maybe with Albert, but no, it went very well indeed. We won Down Under. We won 3 stages on the way to winning Down Under, and we swept every category with Bora, so couldn't have possibly gone any better. Got a bit of a challenge here. It's a bit of bad weather back in Germany, preparing for the rest of his season. We are going to go ahead and say organize to get away to the sun. Preparation, no effect. Confirm. And keep advancing forward to Tirreno Adriatico. How do you say Tirreno? Tirreno Adriatico. That's how I've always said it, but look, we know pronunciations aren't my forte. But it is the Italian one-day race. It's their biggest one-day race. Not their biggest race. Obviously, that's the Giro. But it's their biggest one-day. Sorry, not one day. 1 week tour. All right, little midway update as we keep marching towards the Tirreno. Fitness is picking up nicely, 91%. We're only at 6% tiredness as well. So a bit of a lesson from last season is we probably overdid the trying to manage fitness to fatigue level, although we did do 3 grand tours, so maybe we did about as good as we could. But yeah, the fitness is at a really nice place. These races, as well as the steepness in training that we're going to lift to, means we'll be in really good shape for the Flemish Classic, as well as the Belgian Classics we're going to try and take a part in and see if we can pick up a result this year. We'll see. All right, let's keep heading forward. But yeah, fitness is looking really good. Albert's putting in some good prep work back in Germany at the moment, gearing up for a big spring classic season and also the Flemish Classics as well, or the Ardennes Classics, I mean. And here we are at the Tirreno Adriatico. Adriatico? I really want to say these races right, but you know what? I've just never quite learned. A bit of an update on the season. Paris-Nice is happening obviously at the same time. That's the biggest French 1 week race. You have Dylan Groenewegen winning over there. Tim Merlier in second. Wow. Jonas is taking the lead on GC early on as well. So he's in good shape. By the looks of it, if Jonas is at Paris-Nice, I would have to assume Pogačar is going to take race at Tirreno. So let's dive in and see who is on this start sheet. The first stage is a team time trial? I think it's a team time trial. Okay, it's going to be very interesting. Let's crack in and see how we can go with the Bora boys in our first team time trial with them. Yep, and here we are on the streets of Italy. It will be our first team time trial with the Bora squad. It's going to be very interesting, this one. I'm never been the best at team time trials in this game, but we'll see if we can fare a little bit better. It looks like Jaco haven't brought anyone here either. Neither did Movistar being off so early. I was actually Unibet. I don't know. The order here seems very bizarre. I don't understand what the order is of these teams rolling out. But you got Jaco leading early on at the moment. We're not far away. Only 5 more teams. All right, and here we are. We can control everyone. All right, that's good news. If I do this, we can just put everyone on similar-ish efforts, I assume. All right. Hang on, actually. We might adjust everyone's effort accordingly to their time trial abilities. So Sobrero is quite a good time trialist. So is Vlasov. He can do a longer time trial, turn on the front. Rota, not so much. We'll just turn him down a little bit, but we'll make his turn much shorter. Kamner's a very good time trialist, so he can do a long turn. Albert's obviously a very good time trialist, so he can do quite a long turn. And Satchman, also a very noted good time trialist, so he can do quite a long turn. All right, let's see how that fares. Looks pretty good. I don't hate it. Satchman's going to go back and get his red back. We've got Engel on the front now. He's looking pretty strong. I think this might not be terrible. In before we get to the first time check and we're miles behind. All right, Albert's going to go back. We've got Kemner on the front now. He might be able to go a little bit harder than he is. We've got Rotters up next. He's swinging off already. Great. Vlasov next up. Looking pretty good. Satchman's red's all the way back already, so he's going to go a little bit harder. Same for Engel. Same for Kemner. Perfect. This is working pretty well. All right, Satchman's back on the front now. We are actually catching Astana. I think that is ahead. Satchman pulled a really nice turn there. Albert's going pretty deep, but things are looking really good. Through the first time check, we're actually up on 11 seconds on Bora. We're going to go 99 with everybody now, I think. It's looking like we're actually flying. Ooh, we do have one rider slipping backwards. Turn back a bit. Yeah, Rott's a little bit off the back, but that's okay. Good job by Albert there. Good turn. We got Kemner's coming through. Vlasov, Sobrero. Everybody's looking really good. Let's have a look. It is 14 seconds on UAE in the end. That is the best team time trial ever done in this game. So I'm stoked with that. Let's just watch these next teams flow through. Make sure we don't get pipped by anybody. Quickstep did a good time, but it is Bora taking the win. That is massive. What a result. It's an early lead for Kemner. He takes the blue jersey. Young rider with Albert and team class obviously still with Bora. Okay, let's get into the second stage after what was a massive first stage for us. All right, and the second stage is a bit of a hilly one. Let's dive in and see, can Albert keep this run of form going with the Bora squad? Things just keep getting better at this team, I've got to say. Oh dear, a -3 day for Albert. I thought he would have been able to overcome that with his little skill set, but that's okay. What are we looking at on hill? -1, so we're at an 84 for today, I think. A Lottie's up here. We might have a Lottie to protect us. I kind of like that. Okay, let's jump forward whilst this early breakaway forms. Ooh, but first, there is a new world champion in Tadej Pogačar. So this is our first race against Pogačar for the season. He has the world champ bands after winning the world champs in Canada last season. Unfortunately, Albert only managed 5th in that one. Not the best result for us. But anyway, we'll keep jumping forward whilst this early breakaway forms. All right, we are on the early slopes now of the first category climb. The breakaway is a pack of 13, so our team has worked incredibly hard, particularly Rotter and Kemner, the main two there, working very hard on the front. It's a bit unfortunate to see Kemner having to empty the tank so much. He is a very strong, well-rounded rider. I would like to see him helping on GC later into the stage race, but look, it is what it is. That's a very dangerous breakaway that we have to control. Ooh, it was an attack by Thibaut Nice, I think. Quickly swinging over. There we go. It was 2. Not a big fan of that one. Let's bring him back. There we go. Back in the pack. Looks like Liddell Track have now swapped over to helping on the front. That is good to see. We kind of need some help at the moment. But yeah, terms of where things are at, 3 minutes 20 to that EB. We've got a little bit longer to go, 83k. Probably what is another, 35k to the next comp. So we'll jump forward till we're on those slopes. All right, and here we are once again. Road is going uphill. Let's take a quick look at who is in the race with us. So Navarez obviously is looking pretty good in that Ecuadorian champs jersey. That's the right nation, isn't it? I hope I got that right. Visma have brought Uja Brooks here. He's looking very strong, 83 medium mount and 81 mountain, but not much of a time trial on him. Pogačar, obviously we already touched on. He's here. David Formelo's here for Liddell Track, although they are actually riding for Basato. Oof. Yeah, that's quite a nice hill stat he has on him. Albert's looking like he's doing okay, but Pogačar's on a +3 day and Albert's on a -3 day, so not the most ideal. And as we know, we typically have to be on a pretty good day to beat Pogačar, but that's okay. We're almost over this category 1 climb, 2 minutes 15. Oh, it's jumping a bit all over the spot there. 2 minutes 40 now, back to that early breakaway. So yeah, around that 2 minutes, 3 minutes now. Right, I guess we lost control of the front. Now it's Interwanti hitting the front at 3 minutes 10. In terms of who got the points, it's De Casson and Sosa. Sosa managed some points there. Looks like I think De Casson would have taken the early lead though. Yeah, I think De Casson took the early lead. He's got 6 points in total now. Okay, we will catch you guys as we start to plan for that final ascent. Looks like we go up. What we're just going down now, so that looks like the finish line there. We're descending. We've got the whole Interwanti squad on the front. I guess they're riding for Bagioli. He is a very good punchy rider from Italy riding for Interwanti. In terms of who we're going to rely on back here, I would say Satchman. He's a little bit too far back, unfortunately, at the moment. We are going to need bottles as well, actually, so maybe Alotti can manage that. We have Sobrero here. He's a very good hill climber. And we also have Vlasov here. So what we're going to do is get Satchman to hopefully get Engel's wheel. We will take, I think, Sobrero's wheel. I like that. And then Vlasov. After that, we're going to grab ourselves onto Milano's wheel. No, okay. Vlasov is just going to have to go F at 80 for the time being. On the way down this descent, just as we hope we can get the biddens from Alotti, if it's possible. I hope it is. Where's Satchman? He's managing to make his way through. Hopefully he can get himself to Albert's wheel. We've got Vlasov here. He can probably dial it back a little bit with how hard Interwanti's working. It's a minute 57 to that breakaway. Ooh, we need to adjust the effort now. We're rolling back a little bit too much. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Yep, there we go. Under 15k to go. Alotti is hopefully going to make it up here with those biddens. It kind of looks like he might. Satchman's managed to make it up here as well, which is awesome. Just try to think. He might slot in front of Sobrero, I think, for now. Just grab that wheel there. Perfect. Happy days. And where is Alotti? He is almost back here. Perfect. All right. We're under 10k to go now. And Alotti has managed to do the full bidden run. So that is great news. We can grab Vlasov onto his wheel, and then Alotti can keep the train going for the team. All right, we're swinging around with UAE at the moment. There's Mikkel Bjerg, the big Dutchman that has a huge engine on him. Sobrero seems to be trying to push his way through. Where is Albert? Oh, there he is. He's in the white jersey. That's why he blended in with the UAE guys for me. All right, Alotti's doing a great job on the front. It's only a minute back to the early breakaway now. Only 7 riders left in it as well. That is good news. We're under 6k to go. Let's start to really ramp the pace now with the Bora squad. Zimmerman's now ramping for Interwanti. It's under 38 seconds now. We're under 5k to go. That is the day done for Alotti. Let's launch with Vlasov on 99 now. Under 5k to go. Things are looking good. Take the gel with Albert. Under 4k to go. Perfect. Vlasov is looking strong. He's out of his red, but we'll keep going a little bit deeper with him. We've got 3-4 riders left from the early break. Sosa looks like he's a bit cooked. All right, Satchman, we're at 2.5k to go. It's your turn to launch. Ride through the rest of the breakaway riders for us. Perfect. Okay, we're going to need you to go a bit deeper yet, Satchman, because we can't quite launch with Sobrero just yet. Okay, let's launch now, Sobrero. Perfect. We've got Benut's looking pretty dangerous there. We're going to go on the left side, but Benut's looking pretty quick. We probably should have launched a bit sooner with Albert. No, he's run out of red. I think it's going to actually be Navarez there on the inside, is it? It is. Oh, what a blunder by Benut, celebrating too early. And Pogačar coming in third. Albert hanging on for fourth, but that's going to be some bonus seconds to Pogačar a little bit early. I think it should be the leader's jersey on Albert's shoulders, though, because of that team time trial win. Let's get the podiums and find out. All right, there is the win for Navarez. Ooh, was a little bit of a time gain there. 5 seconds in the end for Pogačar over Albert, but he does hold on for the GC lead. It is Same time with Sobrero, 1 second to Satchman and 5 seconds back to Pogačar for now. In terms of best climber, Navarez takes over that, Benoit in second, Pogačar third, Sosa in fourth for his efforts. Navarez is holding the points class lead, young rider on Albert's shoulders, and Bora still lead the team class. All right, let's get into stage 3, which I think is a flat stage, so probably a bit of a transitional one for the team. All right, and stage 3 is here. That explains Albert's -3 day. He must be feeling, he's not up to his top feeling. That's unfortunate, but hopefully he gets over it pretty quickly before the hills return in the Tirreno. It should be all right. Let's see how it goes. Get into the stage and hopefully just let it pass during the stage. Yeah, so there is the confirmation as we get into this stage, although Albert does look good in blue. He is not feeling the best. He's a bit under the weather at the moment. Must have picked up a bit of a sniffle or something at some point. But we can just use, hopefully, the traditional transitional stage to just ride the illness out of his body. And hopefully he's back fighting fit for the next hilly stages. All right, we will hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood, catch you guys as we're forming a sprint train. If that's the case, it means nothing eventful's happened in the stage, which is what we're hoping for. Oh boy, that was a quite a long stage. It was, what was it, 20 something K in total? Sorry, 20 something K, 220 K in total. Yeah, very, very long, quite uneventful. Albert was suffering a little bit at times. He found himself on the back of the peloton. Oh, Mads looks pretty trick in that Euro Champs jersey. I hope we can win it this year. All right, so Albert is going to sneak on to Jonathan Milan's wheel, hopefully. We'll get him to take his gel now. We might launch sprint with him even now. That's way too early. It's a pretty tight finish though. Looks like Pogačar's bagging a pretty top result there. Albert holds on for 22nd. It was Mads Pedersen taking the win from Dali, and Mikkel's there in third place. Milano managing fourth. Pogačar held on pretty high as well, I thought, but must have been just outside the top 10. No changes on GC at all. Best climber still with Navarez. Points class still with Navarez, although Mads Pedersen moves up to equal points. Young rider still with Albert, and Bora still leading team class. Quite a good result. Good to get that day out of the legs. Hopefully Albert's illness is out of the body. Fingers crossed that's the case. We're going to end the episode there though, guys. Next episode is action-packed with a time trial to wrap up the tour, so we can lose a little bit of time. We are one of the best time trialists in the world. Hopefully Albert is feeling a little bit better, but if not, he has a couple days before that time trial to get back to top shape. That's been it. Peace out, guys.